that. I've had people, not against necessarily me, but I
Yeah,
made sure that they had a, like, for instance, if somebody was to break one of the rules, basically I would just have a conversation with them and explain to them exactly what they did wrong, and then
yeah,
why we're writing them up, and basically what we can do. We try to see what we could do to help them either perform better or if there's something they may need, because like I said, that's when the FMLA or leave of absence would come in,
yeah,
because then I would see if they're stressed out at home, do they need some time off to help deal with the situation they're in, and then I would
yeah.
also speak with their manager or their supervisor and tell them what's going on so they have a better understanding without giving them too much information.
Oh, okay.
But we've had
Okay. Yeah.
instances where people actually, like, two employees, like, trying to hit each other with or stab each other with a knife. In those
Yeah.
cases, we usually get law enforcement involved, and they're typically terminated right on the spot, especially in that case.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that makes sense. And like for instance, can you share a specific instance where, um, for example, the issue escalated, maybe not to the point of pulling out a knife, or just like the employee got aggressive, or just either completely broke down, and you sort of help de-escalate the situation and make sure that they left uh, all right, basically. Not
Yeah,
sad.
we
If
would
not
follow.
satisfied, then
Yeah,
pretty okay about their decision.
Yeah, we would follow up with those associates. There are some good associates that we ended up having to leave, and they were more than welcome to come back after the 6 month period. Um, but we've had instances where, like, when I had to deal with a sexual harassment case, where
Yeah,
we would have to red flag those associates,
yeah,
um, and they weren't allowed to basically come back because of what happened before.
yeah. Okay. So you like how did you handle that situation? Like how did you handle their response at this point in time? How did you
Um,
ensure or like the situation was calm and they left without causing any racket, basically?
Basically, I took care of the situation, right? Because that one, there's not that many people that complained to us.
Yeah,
There was, but not a significant amount. So, basically, we were practicing the open door policy where people could come in anytime and explain to us what's
yeah.
going on. Um, so, and from there, we would try to help them out as much as we could.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. So you also mentioned that you assisted HR managers with addressing employee concerns. So, what was the grievance handling procedure like, and what was your success rate?
For the grievance handling procedure, basically they would just provide us, like, the information, and on ours they were given 3 days um,
Yeah,
for leave, depending on if it was out of, like, state. Sometimes
yeah,
we'd have people like in the Philippines or something like that where they would have to
yeah.
take a longer leave. So then we would go ahead and make sure that we accommodate them, but we also try to change the schedule to make sure that we're still able to keep the performance up during the business hours.
Okay. All right. And for the relations part, you mentioned that you help resolve a wide variety of work-related conflicts through advice and recommendations. So, can you like what was the resolution rate for such conflicts? Can you quote a number, or like how many cases did you encounter on a daily basis?
Labor relations. I can't honestly that I wouldn't be able to put a number on that. But
Okay,
basically, I would just
that's not an issue. That's not an issue. Yeah.
yeah, basically I would just make recommendations on ways that they can improve their processes, or anything that they have a discrepancy about their work. So make That's about it.
Or okay, all right. And for the onboarding part, you mentioned background checks here as well. Were they conducted in house, or did you hire somebody, an outside party for those?
We hired an outside party.
All right, and so like uh, then again, for while handling the background checks, were you able to timely identify any red flags
Yeah,
through the
we
background check company?
oh yeah, we were able to red flag some of or certain situations similar to the ones like with um Arch Telecom with Sprint.
Okay, so what was the rate of these candidates that had red flags that you had to, kindly identify in order to not hire a potentially unsuitable candidate?
There was some unsuitable candidates, but for Sam's Club they were really lenient on those.
Yeah, yeah,
So like we would use like um but yeah, we just basically took discrepancy like we would I don't know how that's kind of a tough one. It's basically the same thing as the other one. I mean,
yeah.
depending on the severity of it, would determine how we would handle that. But they were I just know that they were more lenient at Sam's Club than they were anywhere else I've worked.
Okay. So then again, I guess basically what I was trying to figure out with this question was that you um, like probably could say something like that for the candidates that were coming in, these were the number of candidates that were usually rejected, that went to the reject file because of some background check issues. And with your due diligence, that number sort of decreased because you were more efficient, or there was a new process, or something like that. Was there such a situation, or was there not such a situation?
No, there wasn't that many. No.
Okay. So for the morale part, you promoted and maintained positive employee relations in a safe and productive work environment. So what programs and initiatives did you put in place to ensure that the environment is safe and it's productive?
We would do like team projects and stuff like that, or we would have like little barbecues here and there,
Okay.
or like a potluck, I guess you could say, just so that it gives a chance for people to like talk with one another and just express how they feel about what's like the company's direction or anything like that, and then we would kind of put that to ease to make people feel more better about the situations or anything like that.
So were these initiatives and programs led by you? Like, were they your personal initiatives that you undertook?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you then give me a name of the top four initiatives? One you said was the potluck. One was barbecuing, and then third and fourth
Yeah.
one,
Yeah, we would do like team projects together.
same projects. Okay,
Yeah, team projects, or we would have like a potluck of some sort. It just gives
yeah,
people a chance. Or we would do like big meetings, for people to express themselves.
okay. So like in these meetings where people could express themselves, what was the format? Who were the audience, and were you the mediator, or like
I
what was
I
your
was I was one of the mediators, but this
okay?
would be for all 300 associates.
Okay, so what was the what did you want to achieve out of it? The employees were allowed to vent about the company or their managers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, we basically let it. It was like an open door, um, for everybody to express themselves.
yeah,
Not only that, but just to build better morale and to
yeah.
feel more as if they are a team instead of
Oh,
one against the other.
okay. So, what did you guys call this initiative or program? Was there a formal name for that?
No, there was no name for it or anything like that.
Okay, so we can call it an
It was just like team meetings. That's about it.
Okay. All right. So, other than that, like for the positions that we previously mentioned as well, were there any such initiatives there, like any programs for employee relations, or in order to make the environment better, make the culture a little more accessible, something like that?
No, not that I recall. No,
So for the other two positions, there were no such initiatives.
no.
Okay. All right. So the last point, basically support. You coached employees and supervisors in resolving complaints by conducting investigations and providing recommendations. So, how like were they these coaching sessions, or were they one face to face? Were they face to face sessions, or were there a group of employees involved and you coached them in sort of a
For
workshop?
this one, it'd be more like performance based.
Okay.
If they were performing poorly, or if their attendance was poorly, or if things weren't getting done, then we would like do the investigation and see and show them how it's affecting the company and possibly their bonuses and stuff like that. And then we
So how
would
many?
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. How many employees did you cover? Like how many managers and supervisors?
It was 300 overall associates.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So and
And
then there. Go ahead.
yeah, I was just about to ask the very same thing. And you mentioned 300 associates, and what was the number of supervisors?
The number of supervisors, there was 12 supervisors. 12
Okay.
supervisors and 6 managers.
All right. Okay. So after these sessions and this like particular initiative, did you see the number of
Yeah,
people down?
we usually did a follow up right afterwards, like
Yeah.
3 months after, 3 to 6
Okay.
months after, and see if they've improved. And then if they improved, we would go ahead and wipe out that coaching.
Okay. And like how many coaching sessions were actually successful to the point that
Well, a majority
and
of
not
yeah, I would probably say 90% of the coachings were successful.
okay. And this again was this your initiative or was this led by the company?
Excuse me.
Or was this coaching session your initiative or was it led by your boss? Was it sales
It was
director?
initiative by initiative.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Um, so we are done with this position as well. Do you have anything to share for this particular position?
No,
Anything else that comes to your head?
no, nothing that comes to my head now.
All right. So you're satisfied with the discussion that we had just now? Like we covered all the three
Oh yeah,
positions.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, so just like one last question. In the educational background, you mentioned that you got a human resources certification from University of California. Can you provide me the name of the certification and the year?
Oh, I got that in last year, 2018, and it's
Yeah.
literally just the human resource certification from UCLA.
Okay. And for like the employment HR laws training that you mentioned, can you mention the date for that? When did you receive that training?
That one was in November of 2017,
Okay. All right.
and then
And yeah, the next one, SHRM and
the employment law one was June of last year, 2018.
okay. So so it's basically two trainings. It's one employment
Yeah, they're two
HR law
separate
and then
trainings. Yeah,
private
they're two
enterprise.
separate trainings. Yeah, they're two
Okay.
separate trainings conducted separately by Fred
Uh,
Pryor. So
all right. Okay. So and you are a member of SHRM in California Chamber.
yes,
Since when?
um, uh, November of 2017. And then Cal Chambers was October of 2018.
October. Okay. All right, and then you mentioned in the employment text that the biggest challenge that you're currently facing is that your qualifications don't match to what the employers are actually looking for. Can you describe what that is about? Like, why do you feel that, and
Oh,
what area do
basically,
you feel
yeah, they just like the feedback that I've been getting is just my qualifications don't match to what they're looking for. Um,
that?
so
Okay.
that's why I guess it just doesn't match to what their job description is.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you gotten specific feedback about what qualifications are being mentioning? Is it the role that they're
No, they didn't
currently offering?
really specify. It was usually just done over the email.
All right. So that it was just a general statement.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess that's about it from my end. Any other
Okay.
questions, queries from your end,
No,
Conrad?
I'm fine. No.
All right. Okay. So I'll begin with after we end our call. I'll begin with working on your document. You just need to do one thing. Send me those recognition cards,
Okay.
pictures for those, and any other recommendations, any other email that you think about that you received. Send it to me. I'll just insert those
Okay.
relevant recommendations in the resume as well.
Okay.
Other than that, everything looks perfectly fine. I had a wonderful call session. Thank you, Conrad. I got
Thank
some
you.
really valuable information as well. So have a good day. Uh,
You
Goodbye
too.
from me. Yeah.
And
Okay.
thank
So
you.
goodbye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.